Okay, so in this video, I'm going to discuss with you that you should avoid playing all online poker. Okay, all online poker and all online casino betting. Uh, so, what actually is happening is that nowadays companies are using artificial intelligence uh, and getting a huge edge. So, winning is actually impossible. You can deposit any amounts in online poker on any sites. So there are very sophisticated programs now running with huge databases. They have extremely high level of artificial intelligence, which guarantees that whatever you are going to deposit, you are not going to win more than that. You are over a long period of time, your losses will keep on accumulating. So if you want to make some money, try out some small business. Think of, small problems that you can solve, like maybe in your community. Uh, so as your capital increases, when you start solving simple and small problems, you are going to get some value. You have to plan your solution in such a way that you are able to get value out of it. So you have to sell something, sell a solution which is going to give you something back. Okay, so that way, you know you can make some money. Okay, so as you start growing bigger and bigger, then start solving bigger problems. If you can do a job, so in a job what you're doing is, there is a business owner and he's having some problem. He wants some tasks accomplished, so you are going to basically be doing those tasks and help that business owner with his set of problems or whatever service he wants to deliver to his customers. So that way, you should plan your time so that you are generating value and you are expanding your time in a positive way. So what is happening is, when you start playing online poker, then nowadays a lot of people have already quit. So you have to understand that people, already have started looking at online poker, and not right now actually, since last 10 years, or the Black Friday, when the poker Black Friday started, when these major companies like Poker Stars and Full Tilt Poker were found that they were stacking the deck against the players, and they did not even have the funds in the bank accounts. For example, players total deposits should have been $100 million in their bank accounts, which should have been untouched. But what they found, the actual balance in the bank account was extremely low, and then Poker Stars had to run away to the Isle of Man. So the company owners were charged, and they themselves got mansions, and uh, they themselves, got huge amounts, but the players' accounts became frozen because uh, the US government placed a ban. Okay, so that most of the players already know. So now what poker players are doing, they are playing on the live poker rooms, where they start winning. They win regularly. Only there they are playing, because in live games also, nowadays what has happened is that in some places I know that even the dealer who is there, he is able to give good cards to a player. Or this machine shuffle is there. So what is happening is, it is going to shuffle the deck, and then the dealer cannot shuffle it. He just needs to cut in between. And somehow what is happening is, more bad beats are happening. Players are waking up with full houses, and lower full houses, set over set scenario, queens over aces scenario, where this machine shuffle is there. So what is happening is, for poker players, what you need to do is, firstly you have to, stop depositing any money at an online poker room, okay? Or if you deposit it just once. Make your initial deposit back, and then play. And if you experience a losing streak, do not deposit again, okay? And deposit extremely small amounts, play at the lowest stake so you can learn the game. So now nobody is, playing extremely high stakes online. And already proofs are there, like Mike Matuso. You can check out his history, you can check out Gus Hanson's history. And these guys lost their entire life savings, whatever they built playing, years at live and in live tournaments. So firstly, stop playing all online poker. Do not trust any room, do not trust any certification. uh, and if you must play, play at the lowest, get your initial deposit back. And do not risk, high amounts of money over there. And the same thing is, for online casino games, like these new age games have come in crypto casinos and all. So what they are doing is, they are, noting down all your betting patterns. So this is one good article that you can also check out on vice.com. That this player is using a bot, and he turns just a single dollar into $220. So that's how, there is so much of cheating right now going on. If you read any of the reviews of poker sites, you will find, extreme amount of cheating. So to protect your hard earned money, what you have to do is stop playing all online poker, stop doing online betting, completely stay clear of, this gambling, lotteries, poker, casino, stocks, all speculation. If you are having financial issues, if you do not have financial issues, you have a set aside a fixed budget, like, okay, I make 3500 USD per month, and from that my budget is fixed for 100 USD, and I'm going to, play some tournaments from that. And if I lose, I do not deposit more. So that way you can play recreationally, thinking like I'm going, for a movie, and I'm not going to, spend much more than that. So that way is fine. And or like, if you go play it live, you set aside, say, $500 is fixed for this month. You start at the lowest stakes, 1 2 USD, and you are winning continuously. You have already won 2000, 5000 USD. Then start going a stake above, like 2 5, okay? So you again, when you win now 10,000 with your fixed strategy, you are executing properly. So then what you can do, go at 5 10, okay? And so what's going to happen is that if you're really good poker player, you will slowly rise up, okay? But suddenly do not rise up in live also, at online. Go to the lowest stake, or set a fixed budget, what you do not mind losing. So you have to understand the actual odds which are in the game, they could be highly different. So even though you may feel there is no chance of your losing, you go, you get aces, and you go all in with your aces, or you have, made a set, and finally you find out your opponent is sitting with a flush by the river. So don't fall into, such traps right now. If you have financial issues, you have to, stop this line completely. And even with, what I want to say is that, even with, if you have just $100, okay, there may be some problems that you can solve through technology. Now everyone can have a website, okay, then you can market locally. There's Craigslist and all. You can advise some service that you are good at, okay, and that start advertising locally, and start with the smallest problem. So which you are good at, which you can solve, okay. So once that starts happening, for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, so then you will accumulate some amount of capital, okay, and then after 6 months think, okay, now I have sufficient capital that I can go on solving bigger problems. So if you think about Elon Musk, so how he made his billions is he was always thinking about which problems he can solve. So he founded PayPal. He was thinking of offering a bunch of financial services together, and then he figured it out that email payments people were liking, and they were quite appreciative and adoptive of that. So he focused on that. He was completely in loop with his people who were going to buy his service. And once that was done, he was able to deliver, and he was able to gain their trust and confidence and more customers by delivering excellent service. So that you have to follow on that path. And so once he was able to solve that, he had 50 100 million dollars lying, and he could get a lot of credit also, and then he started focusing on other bigger problems of the world. So that's how today he has become the richest person in the world. And he didn't stop taking risk. He kept on taking risk. With entire of his capital, he took risks. When he even had $50 million, he took entire risk of that capital. So with that big of risk and with his success, he succeeded somehow, and then he became rich. So at whichever level you are, you have to start on a new path. If poker is ruining your life, or online gambling is ruining your life, or lottery is ruining your life, look into your society, like people are solving what problems that they are able to live and survive well. Of course, in your community you will find people at different strings in life, different levels in life. And so once you understand this hierarchy, then figure out where you want to be, and immediately you cannot jump on that level. So if you have spent several years in this, then slowly you will rise up. But if you change your path now, start at the lowest, slowly you will get there. So I think I will stop at this video, and I hope if I can help even a single person, I think the purpose of making this video would be solved.